Hey everybody, Lazerbolt here, and welcome to Friday Night Flights. Tonight we are going to continue our series of flights through beautiful Japan. We're taking off out of this airport here of Hakodate, and we're going to continue flying roughly south. Let's see, one of our main stops that we're going to have tonight is, Matsushima, Japan. It's a really nice kind of a harbor town area looking, and we've got a jet plane landing over the top of us right now. That's kind of fun. Usually they don't do that. But yeah, we're going to be making our way to Matsushima. One of the cool things about that harbor town is out in the harbor there's like tons of little islands out there. That should be interesting to see. But we're going to have a good time tonight. If anybody would like to join us, please do. We got plenty of room in the squad here. You can grab the game easily enough. You can install it in just a few minutes. It's a remarkably small install. And yeah, you can join us here at any time you want. All the information is in the description of the YouTube video. And that's a good way to get started. Yeah, we're going to be taking off here in about 3 minutes out of where we at, Hakodate. And yeah, I think tonight we should pretty much all of our legs, we should climb to about 6,000 feet, and that'll get us over the top of anything that mountainous. That should work just fine. We're flying these DA62 diamonds tonight. They look really nice, and yeah, it should be a good time. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Doing good.
Doing good.
Right on. Travis, I wasn't sure you'd be able to join us tonight. I thought you might be a little busy boy tonight.
Yeah, it's actually going to be the last chance I get to fly with you guys, so I was looking forward to trying to make sure I get here.
Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to join us. Yeah, you said you're going to be gone for a few months, at least a few months.
No, just a month and a half, but I'll be away from Flight Sim for probably 2 months. Well, for sure for 2 months.
Got to do that traveling.
Unfortunately.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yep.
Did you guys all see that jumbo jet land over the top of us?
I did not.
No, I don't have that traffic on.
All right. It's ANA 553. Usually, if there's traffic on the runway, they'll just keep going around. But that guy didn't. No. He just landed right on top of us. He didn't hit any of us, but it was close.
No, I see him parked over by the tower.
Right on. Yeah, for me, he's taxiing over there.
Yep, he came in from RJTT.
The Aviana Airlines, not to bring up a bad reference, but the same airline that had that horrible 777 accident at San Francisco.
Well, geez.
Years ago.
The way that guy landed with us on the runway, I can see it. So we're out of here in 1 minute, guys. Make your last minute preparations, get your flight plan going, and we're out of here in 1 minute. Like I said, 6,000 feet should do fine. We're going to take a right-hand turn out of here. Our first airport does have a handy ILS approach. We'll give you the details as soon as we get up in the air. Alrighty, gentlemen, it is time to go ahead and spool these birds up. Like I said, 6,000 feet. We'll take a right-hand turn to get back on course. Lazerbolt is spooling up and rolling. This is a mighty long runway. Very, very long one.
you need all of it, there's something wrong.
If you need all of it in this airplane, you better stop. You better stop and fix it. By the end of tonight's flight, we will be just north of Tokyo, just outside of Tokyo. It'll be the beginning of next week's flight. We'll hit Tokyo hard right there in the first leg. We'll have all kinds of Tokyo to check out. Matter of fact, Tokyo is so big and detailed, we could almost just take an entire flight and just fly helicopters or something and check out the city really good. But I think we're going to stick to these.
So we're staying plain.
What now?
Said we're staying plain.
We are going to stay plain. We're not going to chopper it up. How about tonight we try to maintain a 160 indicated airspeed? I think last week we did 150. Let's bump it up to 160. It's a slightly longer flight plan. That'll get us there. So it's good to see everybody. It's good that Friday rolled around again without the world coming to an end. How's everybody doing? Hopefully nothing too crazy happened this week. I had a good week myself. Didn't do much.
Yeah, good for me too. Nothing exciting. Maybe a follow up from last week, moving my panels around. I did put them in their final, at least as far as I know, position. And I did get about 10 to 15% extra yield out of it.
Oh, that's very good.
So it wasn't worth nothing, so that was good.
Yeah, good deal. 10%'s a lot. Speed slowly climbing here to 160. It's going to be right on the edge of that yellow bar, but I think we'll be fine. I don't think these airplanes can go too much faster than that, but it still shouldn't be full throttle. We should be able to stay together. Huh. My game just crashed.
Oh no.
That is highly unusual.
That happened to us when we were at this airport last week.
Yeah, it happened. It happened to me twice last week too, but it only happened when we were on the ground. It doesn't usually do this when I'm in the air. It doesn't usually do this at all. This is unusual as it is, but it kicked me right out. And it's a quick exit too. It's just like the blink of an eye. Boop! I'm back in Steam. It's weird. It doesn't do anything strange. It doesn't hitch. It doesn't anything. Just right in the middle of it, working fine. Bang! It kicks me out. Weird. That's something that just started happening last week. I wonder if I wonder why that is. They didn't have a recent update or anything that I'm aware of.
Right. I remember talking about that.
Well, pay me no mind. I will catch right up to you guys. So just keep right on going.
You want us to go into a holding pattern?
No, no, just keep following the line. Maybe maintain a 150 so I can catch you.
By the way, if I seem like I'm in front, don't rely on me, because I still haven't learned the autopilot in this airplane yet. I'm flying the Piper Aerostar.
Yeah, it looks like you're on the right heading. I'm on autopilot. It looks good.
I haven't, I haven't put on the autopilot yet, so that's why, because I might stop paying attention and start going somewhere else.
I love how relatively quickly this game fires up and gets you back up in the air. It's great.
Hakodate Tower.
Like I was saying last week, when it came to stuff like this in the FSX days, it would take you 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you just disappear too, Wingnut?
No, I'm right behind you. About a mile behind
Oh,
you.
okay. That must have been somebody else in front of me then, because unless it was like a delayed response or something from Lazerbolt, because somebody went over me and they didn't have a name tag on it, and then all of a sudden the plane just disappeared.
Yeah, wasn't me. I'm about a mile and a quarter behind you.
Okay, here, I'll slow down. Yeah, because I see Travis off to the right, way off to the right.
Yeah, a little bit off there.
Alrighty, back in the air and ready to catch up. Yeah, that screwed up all of my hardware. It's all messed up now, and I can't redo the trying to reload the drivers, and it won't let me. I might have to just unplug everything here for a second, plug it back in, see what happens.
Lazerbolt Lima 1 Oscar November, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Lazerbolt Lima 1 Oscar November, did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, that's funny. All my hardware is all stuck at what it was when it crashed. Even when I unplug it and plug it back in, it's still stuck that way. Weird.
Wonder if there's a update for my airplane, because I hit the heading button and it goes to the navigation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like all the heading indicator lights and stuff are all turned on here, but even on my Bravo throttle quadrant it says nav on there lit up, so it's and it's following nav now that it's in heading mode. So hopefully they have an update for that. I haven't looked lately.
Well, let's see here.
Maybe I'm just doing something wrong.
Alright, I am back on course. Right behind you guys. This is going to be interesting flying without all my equipment that I'm so used to. I'm going to have to actually find everything right in the cockpit that I'm looking for.
Your hardware isn't liking the airplane no more?
No. After it crashed, my hardware's not working. I even unplugged everything and plugged it back in. It did nothing. I think it probably is going to require a complete reboot of my entire system.
Yeah, probably
That's
so.
working though.
Yeah.
This is a pretty easy airplane to fly. I found everything already.
Yeah.
Just in a minute, I found all the buttons I needed. Yeah, I've been very much enjoying our little flight around Japan. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, you used to live here, didn't you? More towards the south, but you used to live in Japan, correct?
Yeah, well, it was Okinawa, Japan, the island south of mainland. But been to Japan a few times on deployments.
Right on. It's one place I've always wanted to visit that never managed to make it there. I've been all over Europe, but never made it this far.
You'd like it. I had a good time there. I spent 10 years on Okinawa, the island, Okinawa, Japan, but I loved it.
Yeah, I think I'd like it too. Alrighty, finally leveled out and speeding up. I should catch up to you guys here pretty soon. Like I said, if you maintain 150, I should catch you here pretty soon. I'm about 165 at the moment and climbing.
I'm only
Well,
down
I'm
like 120.
I was at 130, so I think I'm going right underneath you, Longhorn.
Alrighty, I hit 170. I'm just going to keep the throttle buried and see how fast I can get this thing to go. Who cares if it falls apart, huh?
Yeah, it might shake a little.
Got our buddy Captain Hopper hopping in the chat here saying fair winds, dude. Well, fair winds to you too, Captain. How's it going? I saw you didn't stream tonight. I hope everything's going good. I always enjoy watching your Friday streams before I come onto here. That is one kind of cool thing about Japan too, is I don't have to change the time of day. When it's like nighttime here, it's daytime there, so I can just hop in the game, and this is the actual time of day here in Japan right now.
Well, I'm running into some issues too, so.
I notice you're going kind of slow.
My controls just like all stopped working except for like some button presses, but like all my throttles and yokes movements and stuff just randomly stopped.
Yeah.
And
Weird. And my stick still works just fine. My HOTAS works great, but everything else, the autopilot panel, the switch panel, the radio stack, everything is just locked right up.
I went to go check, see if there's like a reset aircraft, and often these third-party airplanes have some things that you can do with that, and it says code WASM stop, so I don't think it's going to recover from that.
Probably not. Yeah, you know, the great fix-all is just to reset your system, man. Just reboot it. It usually fixes anything that's going weird.
Apparently so. I'll just join you at the next airport.
Right on. Speaking of the next airport we're going to is Odate-Noshiro at Romeo Juliet Sierra Romeo. We're going to be landing on runway 11. Let's see here. Runway 11 is a huge 6,500 foot of asphalt at a 257 foot of elevation. That's not much. But we also have a ILS frequency. They have a localizer there, so that'll make it handy. Let's see. The ILS frequency is 110.15. 110.15. And that is at a heading of 109er. So count on that. 109er heading for a 110.15 frequency. And we're landing runway 11. Count on that. So we still got about 70 miles to go. We should be there in a hurry. I managed to get this thing up to 176 miles an hour. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's cooking.
Let's see if I can figure out how to do this ILS approach all from inside the cockpit.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it should be pretty standard. It all looks familiar. Just like that, I think I'm all set up. One odd thing that happened this week is I was looking up information on Coast's computer, and I ordered it from Amazon. And when I looked it up to try to get some kind of like, if there's a help page for that or anything, the one thing I noticed, there was one item in the help section for that computer. One item, and it was a video. And the video described pretty much what happened to Coast System. You know what I mean? It's like that's the one item in the help section was exactly what happened to Coast. And unfortunately, the system's about 2 years old, so it's a little too late to send it back. But I thought that was interesting, that the one thing people are having a problem with is the same thing that happened to Coast.
Did they say what the fix was?
It was just all the standard crap, you know, unplug everything and then hold down the start button so it resets your system, plug it all back in, cross your fingers. If that don't work, you know, open up the system and reset your, reset your RAM or whatever. And there was 3 or 4 different things it said, or maybe you could go into your BIOS and check this and that. It's all the standard stuff that, I mean, there's nothing, you know how that kind of stuff is. You can try it all. It doesn't mean it's going to work. They just throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and hope that something works. All the standard stuff. But, yeah, I did share that video with Coast's daughter, so hopefully she can make something out of it. I don't know if it'll help or not. Like I said, it's pretty basic stuff, but that does sound like exactly what happened to Coast System. It just don't turn on. And that was what the video was like. Your computer don't turn on? Try these 10 things.
She sounded like somebody who was pretty knowledgeable with computer systems herself.
Yeah, I think she is. Like she used to be in the IT profession, or still is.
Yeah, well, she'll probably handle it pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, I'm about 6 miles back from you guys and catching up quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 6,000 is going to be just fine for every leg tonight. I checked it on a little nav map, and it said the highest thing was like 5,500. So if we stick to 6,000, it'll be good. Little nav map is usually pretty accurate for that.
Yep. Already getting the blood splatter on my window.
So you know you're doing something right. Maybe that's what crashed my system. Too many bugs on the window.
Yeah, your splatter's probably bigger since you're going pretty fast. I see Travis made it up there already.
Right, he's up there waiting for us. Good deal.
Yeah,
He can help us. He can help us come in.
You do a complete computer reboot.
Nah, I just rebooted the sim. I'm hoping that's not going to be the necessity, but I can do it.
Well, I'm hoping whatever that issue was I was having was related to that last airport, and it stops happening,
We got 47 miles to go, if that gives you time to reboot.
I'll risk it this time. I'll try not to complain if that happens.
Boy, I can remember back in the day, like my Windows Vista system, I mean, it's like I'd wake up in the morning and turn on my computer and then go make a pot of coffee, go use the restroom and come back 20 minutes later and it's still booting up, it's crazy. Nowadays, I can reboot my computer 3 times in a minute. It's crazy. That's the difference between those old spin drives and having a nice SATA or even an M.2 drive or something like that. They're way quicker.
Well, I was going to ask you, if I put a external solid state drive, I guess that's what it's called, SSD, an external one with the USB connection, will that run with gaming systems also, or?
It should.
Yeah.
It might not be super fast. USB is just not the fastest way to go about it, but it'd be a great way. It's great for extra storage and stuff. And we have a special guest popping in here right now. Look at who it is. Coast, how you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Good to
good.
see you.
Oh, back to abnormal.
Back among the living, huh? Hey, it's good to hear your voice, buddy. How are you feeling?
It's going to take me 3 to 6 months to get better.
Right on. Well, that was a pretty major thing you had going on, so I'm glad you're able to join us.
Are you home now?
I'm home now. I've been home for 4 days.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, glad to hear it.
The only problem is my daughter was playing with my computer, and I have to rebuild everything she tore apart on me.
Yeah, we're
What, she
trying to
didn't
get
put
you
it
back
back
up in
together?
the air.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
She took one of my screens and disconnected it from the display driver and wanted to put it into her laptop. And so now it actually asked me to rebuild the entire Windows 10 system in when I got my nerds down today. Wouldn't allow me to do anything else.
Oh boy. Yeah, that does sound a lot like it was in the middle of an update and it got interrupted, and now maybe your entire Windows is corrupted that way. Well, luckily, probably it sounds like the only thing you really had on there was Flight Sim anyway, so it wouldn't be that big of a pain to redo Windows.
No, the rebuilding is not going to be the problem. It's just getting something to use for now.
Oh, right on. You said she had letting you borrow a laptop or something like that?
No, she came over with her laptop, and she wanted to hook it up to one of my monitors, so she took one of my monitors off and plugged it into her laptop.
Oh, right on.
And then took off one of my Ethernet cables, and that works.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least it sounds like she knows what she's doing. I mean, this is kind of what she did for a living, right?
It is what she did for a living. So is her husband, and so is my daughter, other daughter.
There you go. You're in good hands, man.
So I'm probably going to have to say goodbye for a short time. I'll check back in later if I can.
Oh, right on.
I'm in recovery mode. So
Understandable.
Yeah, understandable.
Well,
I go
glad
back.
we can hear from you.
Go
Yeah,
back to see my
exactly.
doctor. Go back to see my doctor next Tuesday.
Well, hopefully he's got even better news for you.
Looking forward to it. Take care, guys.
Take care, buddy.
thanks for stopping
If
by.
you get a chance, stop and say hi, man.
Is Travis, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you. Who can?
Yeah, have a good evening if we don't see you later.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yep, take care, buddy. All right, you can see I'm caught up. I'm going to reduce my speed to 160, and we're on our way. We're good 35 miles out, 36 out from our first destination. Yeah, it's good to hear Coast, man. He's back on his, well, I don't know if he's on his feet, but he's back home, so I'm sure he's glad for that.
Yeah, just being home helps.
Yes.
I mean, sure.
Oh, yeah, it makes all the difference. It got to improve the mood, better food and everything.
Yep.
I really had to hold my tongue. I didn't want to mention Coast's football team, the Bills, how they performed last night on Thursday Night Football. It was ugly. It wasn't ugly. It was a good game, but they lost to a team that they should have never lost to. And they've been doing that a lot. They've been losing to bad teams, and that's not good.
Be careful with your betting because you might not have many bills left.
Right. Yeah, the hospital stay might have taken all of his bills, all the small ones anyway. And I know my Lions just lost a game too, but we lost to the freaking Philadelphia Eagles. We lost to the Super Bowl champions, and barely lost. I mean, just barely. We gave them the game. I mean, there's no excuse for the way that game was called. Our defense was stopping them all day. I think they only scored 19 points, and every single point they scored was because we gave it to them. We kept giving them the ball on like the 30 or 40 yard line. Of course they're going to score, you know what I mean? I mean, geez, we keep giving them, like I said, 30, 40 yard line because we kept going forward on fourth down and they kept stopping us. Their defense was solid. Their offense wasn't all that good. I mean, our defense was stopping them all day long. They could barely get a first down. But if you give them the ball on the 30-yard line over and over and over, yeah, they're going to score some points. And that's the only points they scored was when we'd give them the ball. I mean, they're already within field goal range. Of course they're going to score, you know. And that's why we lost that game. It was, I hate to say it, because I love the way my Lions go for it on fourth down all the time. It usually does us well. But Philadelphia shut that right down. Shut it down. It wasn't working. Our normal game plan of being aggressive was not working. And yeah, we lost that game. We lost by 1 score. We could have easily beat them. But like I said, their defense was on fire too. They totally disrupted our offense. But we would have won if we didn't keep giving them the ball in field goal range, you know. Yeah, what are you going to do? There's always next week. This Sunday we got to play, or we get to play, the Giants. And that's a team that doesn't deserve to win. You know what I'm saying? We should win that game. If we lose that game, I mean, then we got a serious problem.
Yeah, it might be tougher than you think. Didn't the Giants just beat the Packers this last time?
Gosh, I don't No, I think they put up a good fight, but the Packers ended up winning at the end. I was really rooting for the Packers. They did. Like, they put up a good fight, though. You know, the Giants
it was
right
like
now,
1 point or something.
Yeah, the Giants are going through. They just lost their coach. They were playing so bad all year that they fired the coach. And I've seen that happen before, too, where all of a sudden the team kind of rallies and starts playing pretty good. You know, immediately after getting their coach fired, they all of a sudden start playing really good. So, I don't know. I'm sure they're a professional football team and they're going to play their ass off. But, I mean, we got to beat those guys. If we don't beat them, we got big problems, man. I'm going to turn out to the right here a few degrees to a heading of, I don't know, about 231, 230. Yeah, 230. That'll get us lined up for that runway a little bit easier. Oh, boy, I'm going to keep hitting my buttons and they don't work, and that's going to bug the hell out of me. We're inbound for Odate-Noshiro. Runway 11.
Picking up the Morse code.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until I'm much more lined up than this.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm just saying, I can hear it though. I hit
right
nav 1, the little nav 1 button over there, and I'm
Yep.
picking up the signal.
It's good beans. So we're less than a week away from Thanksgiving. How's that sound?
Picked up my turkey today.
Did you? I'm still waiting to see if I get an invite to my sister's house. I always do every year, but just to make sure, you know, if she doesn't invite me in the next couple days, I'm just gonna go buy all the stuffings and fixings myself, you know. But I always get an invite over there.
That's cool. That's nice.
Yep, I always I record my Lions game because ain't nobody over there interested in football or sports at all. So I always record my Lions game, and then after eating, go home and watch it. It's awesome. I like recording the game anyway because that way I can skip all the commercials.
You'd be looking for a new family? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Because they don't like sports?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up like that. I was the only person in my entire family, on both sides of the family, my mom's side, my dad's side, everybody, all the relatives, ain't nobody gives a crap about sports. I don't know where I got that gene from, but I can remember being a little 9-year-old kid, and I was all about football. I just love football. Couldn't get enough of it. And it was weird being in a household where I couldn't ask people to explain football to me. Nobody knew how football worked.
Yeah, my parents couldn't care less. Well, my mother kind of followed the baseball a little bit before she passed away, but my dad had no interest in sports whatsoever. But my wife, her dad had season tickets to the Browns, so
Ooh-wee.
it was always football over there.
Yeah, there you go. That's a fan. They got season tickets, man. Yeah, I can always remember, like, every time I'd be watching a football game, my mom would come in the room, and she's like, ugh, it's so violent, you know, look at these guys. And I remember one time she said, they should just give everybody a ball so they don't have to fight over it. I was like, that is such a mom thing to say. That is such a mother thing to say right there. Give them all one so they don't have to fight over it.
Honestly, I didn't think that she had the balls to say that. The handout, of course.
Yeah, now that we're kind of out of these mountains here a little bit, I'm going to drop down to, I don't know, 3,000 feet should be just plenty. There's not a whole lot of elevation around here once you get out of these mountains. Where in the world is my vertical speed knob around here? I know I should know where it is, but I'm not used to actually using the cockpit in these things.
It's on that second panel, close to the, the second panel close to the co-pilot side, and it's those little buttons, and it says VS on it, right above the altitude selector knob.
Okay. I mean, I've got the VS button selected. I just can't adjust my vertical speed.
And then you got your right beside the VS button. It says.
Oh, I see. Up and down. Okay.
Nose,
yeah.
Nose up, nose down.
Yeah, that's right. I was looking for a knob. I wasn't looking for a button. That's handy. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. I've been on this rodeo a couple times now.
Well, it's like most of them are pretty standard. I should know this by now, but like I said, I usually fly using my home cockpit where everything's just right in front of me. I never have to look for it in the cockpit.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, hell, every airplane has a different little gadget.
Yeah, it's like they all have the same buttons, but they're never in the same place. They on purpose put them
Right.
all over the place. Alrighty, I got quite a bit of altitude to lose before I can get underneath that glide slope. Alrighty, I am picking up the glide slope and I'm underneath it, so that's a good deal. Let's go ahead and give this a try, see if we can get locked onto that localizer. Alrighty, that was easy enough. Latched on already.
Well, then that's because I sent it through process Yeah, so I'll see if I can get into it and send it over. No.
The one thing that is going perfectly tonight is this eggnog is rocking. I am enjoying a glass of eggnog that is just perfect. Tastes like the holidays.
I missed the glass slope. Dadgummit. I think I must have been too high.
Missed
Right.
that
Oh
glass.
man. Ah, it's all right. I'll manhandle that rascal down.
There you go. Yeah,
Coming in right behind you, Longhorn.
I just latched onto it. It's looking good. For a second there, I thought you said you missed your glass of eggnog because you were too high.
Suppose it could have sounded that way.
Yeah, this looks like it's coming in nice and straight. I always like that. It just seems to be working. Of course, there's a bridge down there, but it looks a little bit low. Might not want to go underneath that one.
Pretty cool paint scheme you got there, Wingnut.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I just thought I'd do something a little different this evening.
I like that swoosh he's got on the tail there. It looks nice. The black with yellow. It looks pretty cool. Lasers on 2.5 mile final, runway 11. Alrighty, we made it safe and sound.
Not too much here at this airport, is there?
No,
Such
not
a
a
long
not a
runway.
whole lot here. Although, that is a kind of a neat looking hangar. It's not your average default looking one, but maybe it is. Well, let's go ahead and line up and get ready to take off out of here. I think everybody's here, right? I was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good beans. Let's get back out on that runway. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of airplanes parked over here across from us. Well, 4 of them.
Yeah, I see those 4.
Alright guys, once again, we're going to climb up to 6,000 feet and take a right-hand turn to get back on that course. Let me take a second and enter that right now so I don't have to fumble with it while I'm flying.
Your guys' wingtips are about to kiss.
Whose?
You and Wingnut.
Really? Because we're about 5 feet apart.
Oh.
He's at
From
least,
back.
I don't know, maybe 10 feet behind me.
Oh, from back here it looks like you guys
Yeah,
are like right about to touch.
Alright guys, let's get these birds up in the air. Lazerbolt spooling up, and we're rolling.
Yeah, that airport we just left, I guess Odate means the Great Rice Paddy.
Really? Interesting, I did not know that.
It was,
I
probably
certainly
put
saw a
in
lot
there.
of rice paddies on the way in here. I mean, this whole place looks like rice paddies.
Yeah, that's why it was probably put in the name for the airport. And then the second word, Noshiro, is just I guess a neighboring town.
Neat. "6,000 feet at 160, gentlemen." Yeah, we do have some hills coming up ahead, don't we? Some big ones. It's kind of hard to tell if like your nav button or heading button is pushed because they don't light up.
No, they sure don't.
Yeah, a lot of the indications are on the top side of the primary flight display, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you can see your flight director, I guess it is, shows you up there.
But I do agree it would be nice if the buttons lit up. There's a caveat to that, is at night when you light up those buttons, then unless if you just had them really dim, otherwise it could be potentially hard to see them.
Yeah, I have seen some that like you push the button and it lights up like a little green light under it, you know, so you can just see.
Yeah,
This one doesn't do that at all.
something like that would be cool, but I guess this is not how Garmin designed it.
Just looking at your stream, Laser, you're still in lock 1, localizer 1 instead of CDI, or in your CDI.
Right. Yeah, as soon as you were saying that, I had already moved it.
Did you?
Yeah. Yep, that damn DMI button again. Or the CDI button. I noticed I had something wrong when I was looking at my main display and it kept saying localizer instead of GPS.
Yeah, I do that frequently. Always forget.
Alrighty, 6,000 at 160. Longhorn, you say you got a drone, right?
Yeah.
Is it a DJI drone?
No, it's an Autel Evo Nano Plus.
Ah, I see. Because there's been a whole lot of hoopla lately about DJI drones. Like basically, there's politics. Don't even get me started. Basically, there is a woman in Congress who is trying to outlaw DJI drones, and just saying all kinds of crazy stuff, that the frequencies are messing with stuff, and they're just like, I mean, they've all been certified, You know, they have to go through the rigorous process of making sure that, you know, everything is fine with FCC, and they've been cleared, you know, in every possible way they've been cleared, that they meet the standards. And as a matter of fact, DJI like well exceeds the standards of the FCC, and they've never had any problems. But this lady, and of course others have looked into her past, well, she has like strong ties to American drone manufacturers, so she's trying to get DJI banned. You know, I mean,
Yeah, that's-
DJI is like, they're like the high-tech, the best drone you can get, and the cheapest. I mean, for the bang for the buck there is insane, and the quality is through the roof. But she's trying to get them banned, and it's working. On December 28th, I believe they said, FCC is going to revoke any DJI anything, and you won't be able to get it anymore. It will not be sold in the United States anymore after that date. And I just thought, well, that's the biggest load of crap I ever heard. And they're even talking about retroactively going back and pulling their licenses for stuff that they already gave the okay to. And that's just typical of what's going on right now. It's just more idiots making more money, you know. It's all about money. It's all about shaking hands with your corporate buddies. And so, yeah, if you got a DJI drone like I've got, it's kind of bumming right now. It's not like all of a sudden one day my drone's going to stop working, but it might be illegal for me to fly it. You know, right now everything's fine. And the craziest shit, it's not just drones. DJI makes microphones, makes cameras. All of that stuff is going to be illegal after the 28th. It's just mind-blowing how dumb that is.
Yeah, not surprising.
Most of what I've seen regarding that is all just people are over exaggerating what they're claiming is going to happen, because they did pass, I can't even remember what they called it, but some kind of ruling that affects basically all Chinese drone manufacturers. So even my Autel would fall under that category. But
Right.
But then I've also saw a lot of videos posted by some very reputable drone places that say the rumors of DJI going away and being banned is completely false. There's stepping stones in that direction, but
Right.
nothing has been set in stone to do it yet.
Right. Like I said, I mean, my drone's not going to stop working one day, you know, but I won't be able to buy parts for it. I won't be able to replace it. I didn't know anything about any of this until earlier today. I watched a video on a new drone, gosh, what it was called, something new, the Aero 2 or something, a new DJI drone, and it just looked phenomenal. I couldn't believe how cool this thing was. It was great. And I've had my drone for like 5 years. I'm kind of shopping around to get a new one. If I see something that's cheap enough, and, you know, my drone still works, so I don't need to replace it, but, you know, I might shop around if there's something that cool. And so I immediately went to Amazon, and they said, oh yeah, we've got these fully in stock. They're like $350, which is a mind-blowingly awesome price. But we can't ship it to the United States. They can ship it to Canada. I wish I had a friend in Canada. I'd have it shipped there, you know, but no, they can't ship it to the United States. All DJI stuff no longer ships in the United States. Anything that you have bought recently should be just fine. You know, since I noticed that, I watched a couple other videos, kind of talking like you were talking about there, how there's a lot of people over-exaggerating what's going to happen, and people do that. But for sure, what's going to happen, it sounds like on the 28th, there will no longer be able to get DJI parts or services or anything. Like I said, they won't stop working, but come on, people. What the hell are you doing, man? It's always something. And so now our only options to get drones are to buy an American drone that has half the functionality, is made from cheaper materials, has half the features, and costs 3 times as much. You know, that's our only option from here on out. We have to buy an American drone that is just junk compared to these awesome DJI drones. And my thing is, it's like, hey, if these American companies want to compete with DJI, make better drones. You know what I mean? Make better, high-quality drones and stop selling them for 3 times as much as they're worth. I mean, hey, if they can get away with selling it for $350, we can get away for selling it for $350. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, improve your business model instead of, nope, they're just going to get rid of the competition. That's how they make better business. We're going to get rid of the competition. And that's never good, getting rid of the competition, especially when the competition is that good. You know, their stuff is solid. It is, and it's way high tech compared to everything else. And just the fact that they can sell their stuff for so inexpensively always blew my mind. When I saw the price tag of $350, I was ready to buy it now, man. Click send me one of those. It just send me that drone right now. And no, can't. I can send it to Canada, but I can't send it to my house. And the thing that really, it's just like I said, I have a DJI microphone. It's a wireless microphone, and it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Little clip-on thing. It's got a magnet. You can put it anywhere, and it sounds awesome. It holds a charge for like a month. It just absolutely has the best charge. Has great clean frequency, you know, because you can hook up the dongle to anything like your camera or your computer or anything, and it'll transmit right to it. Or you can just record right in the device itself and then plug into a computer and take your files off of there. Nope, that's all going to be outlawed too. It's like, come on, people, get the hell out of here.
Well, it started a couple of years ago when they started to claim that the Chinese drones were spying or
Yes.
transmitting information and stuff. So a lot of governments banned
That's exactly
the
how.
use of them.
Right, there's no truth to it. It's just that's what they're saying.
People who don't know anything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It scares people that don't know better. But that's not how those frequencies work. You know, they're on a very limited frequency. It's the same frequency as like routers and stuff like that. You know, and they have a very narrow band, and their equipment doesn't stray from that band. It's really high quality. It doesn't introduce extra noise. It doesn't have a broad swath that it uses. It's got a very narrow frequency that it uses, and it does it very well. And yeah, like you said, they're telling people, oh, it's a big security risk because of this and that and the other thing, and it ain't. That's just to scare people who've got no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Oh my God, Chinese drone. It's got GPS in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's transmitting your location back to China. So we can't allow that.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of China, and I'm not a big fan of Chinese products. I've seen plenty of Chinese products that were just the worst junk. But this company is a good company. This DJI company, man, they'll get my money. They are a good company. I guess they're not going to get my money anytime soon.
Well, the thing that kind of pissed me off about the Autel was shortly after I bought it a couple years ago, they've gone into just strictly making commercial grade drones now. So, So now, so like right after I bought it, it's like, so no more updates. No, I mean, they haven't had like a firmware update for quite a while. Probably won't ever have another one. The software is almost impossible to find now, or the app for your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like really, guys. And so like their starting price for drones now is like $2,500, $3,000, and they're going for the commercial market. And they just kind of like dropped all their residential or their consumer grade stuff.
And like I said, all of my complaints would go out the window. I wouldn't have a single thing to complain about if the American drone manufacturers could compete with these guys in any way. The American drone manufacturers, like I said, they're 3 times as expensive. They give you half of the functionality. It's made with cheaper, crappier parts, you know, and they're just junk compared to the DJI stuff. You know, I mean, if an American manufacturer could do what they are doing, I'd just buy American. You know, that's how it is. I don't have no big love for China. I'm freaking, you know. But hey, this one company is just outperforming everybody, and like I said, it's causing issues with corporate around here, and it's just, you know.
Well, I have no loyalty whatsoever to made in America or made anywhere. I buy what is the best value for my money. If you want to get my money, then produce something that's of a good value, whether it be here or there. I mean, if they're equal, then yeah, I'd rather spend the money in the United States. But like you said, no American company builds stuff like that that can compete.
Yeah, and it's like I said, for $350, I can get that DJI drone. I can get the controller, I can get 3 extra batteries, and it comes with a little dongle that extends the range. It gives you like an antenna. It's like their super package for $350. Well, an American drone manufacturer, it would cost $700, and it would be just the drone. You'd have to buy the controller separate. You'd have to buy the batteries separate. You wouldn't get the little dongle that extends the range. It's just they'd fleece you so hard, and it wouldn't be that good of a product. And that's the only reason I have a DJI drone in the first place, is because when I was shopping around to get my first drone, I didn't know anything about them. So I did my research, and all signs pointed to DJI. Everything I looked at was like, well, this DJI stuff is the way to go. It's not just less expensive, it's way better. Somehow, it's way better. And so that's why I went with DJI, Like you said, I go for whoever has the best product. And, there you go.
Yeah, DJI kind of rose up from not having the best product either, and did a lot of development and made the best product.
So I'm using 2 different pieces of DJI equipment, and 2 different kinds of DJI equipment I'm using, my microphone and my drone. I've never had a single complaint with any of it. It pairs perfectly. The apps work perfectly in my phone. Everything just works perfectly like it's supposed to. And they were cheap.
Yeah, I could understand some tariffs, but completely eliminating the competition sounds pretty preposterous.
Yeah, it is pretty shady. But like I said, like Longhorn was saying too there, that it's like they throw around things like, well, there's a Chinese company that's spying on America. There you go. Instantly they got everybody's support. There you go. Let's yeah, well, we can't have that. And it's bullshit. That's not the way those things work. They just don't work that way. You're not, it's I have more of a chance of spying on America with my phone than I do on that drone. My phone has way more capabilities when it comes to transmitting stuff. The DJI drone, like I said, it uses like Wi-Fi, that kind of bandwidth, So, hey, it's just like any other device. Can a device be used to intercept your Wi-Fi signal? Well, yes, but it's up to you to make sure it don't. You know what I mean? Sure. But my drone's not going to be doing that. My drone can't do that. It's just crazy. Like I said, I'm extra worked up about it because I just found out about this a couple hours ago. Like I said, I was shopping around for a new drone. I found the drone I want. Oh, this thing's going to be so cool. Click on the button and it says, haha, guess again, man. You can't get this drone. You live in the States. At first I thought it was a tariff thing. I was like, oh no, the tariffs are so high they just don't sell here anymore. But no, it's not that. It's just straight up, you can't get them no more. And after the 28th, it's going to be even worse. That's when they're going to vote on whether to retroactively pull all the licenses that they already gave them over the years. Which, that's unheard of. Never happened in the history of anything ever. I think we're going to make it just fine over these hills here, but it's going to be close. But we're fine. Well, we are inbound for Romeo Juliet Sierra Tango at Matsushima Aero. Got to be an aerodrome, I'm guessing. That is right on the coast and right in this big, a bit of a bay that's cool looking, supposedly. It's a big area. There are no ILS approaches on this airport, but we're going to be coming in on runway 15. So count on that, runway 15. We got almost 5,000 feet of asphalt, or concrete, that is. 5,000 feet of concrete on runway 15. We're going to be doing that.
Sounds good.
It's also one of those things too that before 4 hours ago, I never even heard of that new drone that they just made, and I watched a review of it, and it just blew me away. It's like, that is so cool. That is so freaking the perfect drone. It's tiny. It fits right in your hand. You know, it follows you around. It's just got every function you can think of. It's got cameras in the front, cameras in the back, top and bottom, so it has complete object avoidance. It's like the guy was trying to crash into stuff, and he couldn't. It wouldn't let him crash. He was trying to hit trees and everything, and it wouldn't let him crash. So that's a good thing, you know. You can turn that off if you wanted to, but just how it is out of the box, you can't crash. And you can just tell it to follow you. And it not only does it it uses controller inputs, but you can use hand inputs too. This guy's walking through the park and it's following, and he just kind of puts his hand out to the side, and all of a sudden, whoop, it flies out to the side, gives him a different camera angle. You know, he does a different hand signal, whoop, and now it's in front of him. You know, and then he holds his hand out flat, and it just comes and lands on it. Just all automatically. Did all this stuff absolutely automatically. Guy's riding his bicycle all over town, and it's just following him, filming him, whatever the hell he's doing. You know, it's just like, this is just absolutely amazing. I need to get one of these. And like I said, before a couple hours ago, I didn't even know I wanted one. And now that I can't have it, it's driving me nuts.
Just across the border.
Yeah, you say I'm actually pretty close to Canada. I need to go to Canada and get a girlfriend or something.
I just rent a hotel for a few days and then order it there.
Yeah,
I can think of cheaper ways to get a drone than getting a girlfriend.
Isn't that a girlfriend? Yeah, I could just, you know, go take my RV up to Canada and hang out there for a little while.
There you go. I'm sure they have like KOAs over there. And
Yeah, you can get your mail sent to a campground. But I'm guessing that since those drones have not been FCC approved, they will be illegal to fly. You probably don't want to get caught flying that.
Well, and you probably would have a problem bringing them back across the border if they happen to be the random one that they're going to search.
Right.
They're pretty picky the other way too. Yeah, I was gonna say, give you a word of advice. Expect to be searched by Canada and the U.S.
It gets searched both ways.
They tore my truck apart one time coming in from back. It was actually on the United States side when I came back in from Canada, and I drove through Sault Ste. Marie. And
It's a nice place.
Only because I'd never been to Canada before, so I was actually planning on staying in the United States anyways, because I didn't want to go up and stay in Canada. So I was just gonna stay there. But it's like, I'm gonna check out Canada. So I drove across the border, went into Canada, basically drove down one street, turned around and came back across. And then when I got to the border patrol in the United States, they asked, "How long are you in Canada?" About 15 minutes. Pull over there.
Yeah, that sounds like a drug deal.
Yeah, so they had my seats out and everything, and was just searching everything, and said, well, nothing here. It's like, well, I could have told you that if you wouldn't have took my word for it. I just never been to Canada before. I just wanted to say I drove to Canada.
Right. Oh, we used to go to Canada all the time when we were kids. I mean, we'd just go to Windsor, or, you know, go over across the Windsor Tunnel in Detroit, and it's like, boom, it's right there. You can go over to Windsor and buy all the booze you want if you're only 18, you know, and come back.
The 6 years I lived in Toledo, I never once crossed the border in Windsor. I only went across in Sault Ste. Marie, and I did that twice, which is 6 hours north of Toledo.
Yeah, I think Sault Ste. Marie might actually be closer for me. You know who's really close to the Canadian border is Coast.
Yeah, he just across. Okay, that's right. I take it back. I was across there 3 times because I did cross in. We went to Niagara Falls. We went to the Canada side. So forgot about that one.
Of course, I wonder, you know, maybe I could go get the drone and then charge it really good, and then just send it up into the air while I'm getting. You know,
That's a good way to get a good trouble.
Just
have it
fly
follow.
across the
Just
border
have it.
and go find it.
Yeah, have it locked onto my RV so it just follows me. Okay, yeah, go ahead and search.
Yeah. You better have a really good battery life.
Oh, plus they could probably hear it or see it or have some kind of a signal detector. I think if I did that, I better have a really good lawyer.
Yeah, if the media got caught word of it, it'd probably be a good news story for the evening.
Yeah, terrorist caught trying to smuggle a drone into. Terrorists trying to steal American secrets with China drone.
I wouldn't say that far, but I was
Well,
gonna
they
say
would.
more Michigan man.
You don't think Fox News would say something like that? I think Fox News would say something like that.
If it sold time on the advertising or whatever, they'll say whatever they want. They over embellish a lot of their news.
I'd say all of them do. At some
Oh,
degree.
sure.
Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
sure do.
Well, no one's gonna watch them if it's boring.
And that's why I watch none of them.
You and me both. You and me. I got sick of the news years ago. I'm just screw it. Nowadays, I get my news from thumbnails, which is the worst place to get my news. But I don't even want to get my news that way. You know, it's like, just screw it. I don't want to hear any of this garbage anymore. Yeah, like I said, we're coming in runway 15. It is not the longest runway here, but it's plenty long for us. And it's kind of straight in, so that's what we're doing. We're 32 miles out. Another 20 miles or so, and we'll drop her right down to 2,000. I haven't even really looked up the rules of flying a drone in years. When I first got my drone about 5 years ago, of course I looked it all up really good, especially to see, do I need a license for this? And the drone I had, I don't, because it's so small and light. It's considered a toy, not a toy. I forget what class it runs into, but it's not a regularly classed drone. You don't have to take a class or anything to use it. But I don't know nowadays. I should look that up and see, do I need to get certified or something if I'm going to fly my drone?
Yeah, you need to get a trust certificate.
Yeah, I know. I've already got the basic certificate you can get online. I did that anyway, even though I didn't need it. But yeah,
Well,
I know there's like
certificate
a license that you got to pay for.
Oh,
You know, and I don't know if I
No.
need that or not.
no, you don't. The trust certificate is mandatory for everybody, regardless of size.
Right. Yeah, I've
and
got
then
that.
you
I
have to be
printed that
reg-
out, and I keep it right in my case. I just figured
Yeah.
if someday a cop tries to frickin' ask me questions, I could show him that at least, and say,
You
look,
probably know more
at
than he
least
would.
this piece of paper proves that I know the rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know the rules. I know what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. And that right there probably means that I know more about it than they do.
Yeah, you have to register with the FCC if it's over 249 grams.
Yeah, mine's
and
way
then
under.
you-
That's why I don't.
If you use it for any business purposes or to further a business or anything, even I mean, they even use examples that if you're taking pictures for like a charity organization and they're going to publish it on their website or something, then you
Right.
need a part 107 for it. But
Yeah,
you're
I've seen
just-
examples of like a lot of like realtors. They'll use drones
yeah.
to get great shots of the property, and if you're going to do that, you need to be a professional licensed, you know. But I also wondered, like, well, what if I make videos for YouTube? I mean, is that considered professional use? You know, can't I just fly around the beach? If I'm making money from it, I'd probably.
You absolutely do if your YouTube channel is monetized. Like I post videos on my YouTube channel, but I don't get any revenue whatsoever from it.
Right.
So I don't need it. I thought
Yeah,
I still thought about
I
getting
haven't,
it. Though.
I haven't released any drone footage since I did get monetized. Actually, I take it back. There's one. I made one footage, but yeah, nobody's contacted me about it. But I really should look into that.
They're not out looking for it. Yeah, they're not out looking for it. But if someone complains or turns you in, then they'll look into it.
Yeah, I've seen
it's like something like really gross and vagrant, whatever, or blatant, and then they'll look into it.
Right. Yeah, if this was just like I was camping in Arkansas, and it's pretty much just me. It was October. There was nobody else there in the entire campground, and it was right on a lake. So I flew my drone across the lake and just got some shots of the wilderness. I wasn't hurting anybody, but still, that definitely was a professional use of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of incidences where even, pilots or those paramotor people and stuff, the only time they get bothered when they're making their YouTube videos, and I'm talking about with like hundreds of thousands of views, is when somebody goes and reports them. There's not that many feds in both the FAA or FCC to warrant them to be looking
I have seen
for people and checking out people that are causing issues.
Yeah, I have seen YouTubers get in trouble for that on their channel, talk about how they got in trouble and what they did, yada yada.
Yeah, usually they just give them a basically required reach out phone call and say, hey, we looked at your video, just so you know, we didn't see anything wrong, do you want to add anything? Or talk about it with you and stuff, and yeah, we didn't see anything wrong, and okay, have a good day.
No.
Just because they're
required to
do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is just violate the no-fly zones over sporting events and races
airports,
or cities like Las Vegas. The entire area around the strip in Las Vegas and stuff is a complete no-fly zone, which really
kind of makes sense. But yeah, it sucks.
Well, because of all the people, I think, mainly, but you could get the most coolest shots. Some people, you can get waivers if you got a 107 license. I don't know what.
Well, that's it. They want to make sure that the people who get the cool footage are licensed professionals.
Yeah, but that would be like one of the coolest places to get them. But what kills me is California here. The state park website will tell you that drones are legal in the California state parks unless the state park in particular says otherwise. Well, every state park that I go to or have been to, everyone says first thing right on the front page is drones are illegal for use for takeoff or landing in this park.
Yeah, it was like that when I went to that Renaissance Festival. It's like you can record with your camera, you can do all you want, you can have microphone equipment, but no drones. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I get it. I mean, I didn't want to fly my drone around the Renaissance Fair anyway. But I have, oddly enough, like I said, I've had my drone about 5 years now. And more than once, I've got it on tape where a cop just pulls up and just stood there watching me. You know what I mean? It's almost like he didn't know what to do. He wasn't sure if I was breaking the law or not. He had no idea what the legalities of a drone is. So he just kind of stood there, letting me know that he's watching me. But I mean, he never said nothing, never said a word. Like I said, I got the impression he didn't know it was illegal or not. He just figured, well, this looks like something I better keep an eye on. And so, yeah, he kept an eye on me, and that was that.
Mine just had an interest in it, and man, that looks pretty cool. My neighbor, he still owns the house next door, but now he rents it out. But he was a CHP, Highway Patrol, and he was always flying his drone out in the street and stuff, and I'd get mine out, and we'd be flying together.
I think the policeman was shocked when I was flying it around for like 20 minutes, and then it comes back and it lands in my hand, and it's as big as my palm. I think he was blown away. He thought it would be much bigger. It was like, nah, I could fit it right in my pocket, man. This is tiny. All right, we're getting pretty close here. We're about 8 miles out. We'll start looking for this runway.
Part of the issue with the Las Vegas Strip might be that airport's really close by.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, because you are within 5 miles of the airport.
Around here, there's like 2 places in town where I cannot even come close to. I can't fly near the airport, obviously, but I also can't fly anywhere near the jail. If you get near the jail, it says turn around now, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, a lot of jails have had issues with people obviously flying things into
Yep.
Oh, I
the
get
jail
it.
and
Yeah.
dropping it off.
Yeah, sneaking drugs in or whatever. Just, yeah, I get it.
Contraband. And it
we
still
have-
is a big problem.
Yeah, we just have one airport in our county, and it's an untowered Class G airport. So you could go take off from the runway if you wanted to. No one would know. It's
Yeah,
like
my
5 or
drone,
6.
my drone won't even fly near the airport, and ours is the same.
Well,
We don't have a tower or nothing, but it won't even fly. It'll. I'm sure you can disable that if you wanted, but if it gets anywhere near the airport, it turns itself around. It just physically won't go into that airspace.
That's why I went with the Autel, because at the time I was looking at them, there's between Autel and DJI, and everyone was complaining about there's so many locks that they put in on the DJI that will prevent you from flying. And it's like, no, I want to be the one to decide if I can fly or not. I don't want
Right.
the manufacturer. But I've heard, though, at least in the last year or so, that DJI has relaxed on that, where now I guess they just pop up a warning on your screen to just warn you that, hey, you're possibly running into a restricted area. So I think they're leaving it up to the pilot now to actually determine for themselves if they can do it.
Yeah, that is what happens to mine. Like if I try to go too high, because there's altitude restrictions. If I try to go too high, it says, you're going too high. You're not allowed to go this high. Stop going so high. And eventually it says, do you want to keep going this high? Or it brings up a pop-up menu where I can just say, okay, just get off my back. I don't care that I'm too high.
I think in the beginning they had a lot of kickback about a lot of this stuff, and that's why they just force locked it in, and they probably like, oh, we overstepped, or maybe it was the fastest, quickest solution. On the
Well, yeah,
coding
people are
firmware
scared of
side.
people are scared of things like drones, and yeah, that's exactly it. People raise a stink, and they wanted to put something into place quickly to just stop people from bitching so much, Travis, I'm coming in right behind you. What is going to be your final approach speed?
I'm gonna come in behind you. It's kind of slightly high, but I was looking for you and just kind of went off.
Right on. I was only about a mile behind you. Less than that, actually.
Yeah, it shouldn't take more than a minute to do a 360 here.
Something I forgot to mention is this is our penultimate stop for the evening right here. It happened in a hurry. So we're going to spend 10 minutes and take a little break. Use the restroom, pet the dog, get a snack. Go ahead and like and subscribe. That's fun to do. It only takes a minute. And yeah, we'll be back up in the air in 10 minutes here.
I do like this airplane. I'm in the 210 again.
Isn't that 210?
Yeah.
That's not a default airplane, is it? That's something that you bought?
No. Yeah, it's not a default. It's just a high output version, extra long, retractable landing gear, 195 cruise speed.
So that's the one that kind of looks like a little bit like a 172.
Yeah, just like a big version of the 172 or even
That'd be
the
interesting
182.
having a 172 with retractable gear.
A few of them. There's quite a few that don't, but there's quite a few of them that do.
Yeah, I've got two 182s. I've got a 182 RG for the retractable gear, and then a 182T. They're fun to fly too. I like that. I think my 182T though, I haven't flown it for a while, but it has the Garmin 1000s, which I don't like those. They're just, it's like, no, just give me the gauges. So
Yeah, I
that's
like
why the
gauges.
one. So when they came out the 182 RG, I went with that.
Are they more engaging?
Yeah, much more. And then when this one came out, and this was actually made for 24, it's like, I'll take this one.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
there's actually some career
snag it up.
modes you can actually use it in.
Oh, really? Yeah, I always like that when you can actually use it for some of them career stuff.
Yeah, they need to open up for more. Right now, you can use it in like not free flight, but ferry flight, the flight seeing. But the version, I mean, heck, you can use a 172 for passenger transport. So I've got a 172 for passengers, and I would love to have this one instead. I could get there a little bit quicker and haul. I think no, actually, I could haul 2 extra people, so I can haul more people, make more money.
Nice. Guys, we're going to be leaving here at 5 to the hour. At 5 to the top of the hour. That's when we're leaving.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll step away for a second.
Me too, once I park.
So what airplane are you in, Travis? Actually, he just said he's stepping away. Never mind.
I'm here so far. The Piper Aerostar that I've been kind of flying for at least some of the flights recently. It's the twin engine that they used in like that movie American Made, based off of, I forget what that pilot that was drug smuggling.
Okay, sure.
His name was from South America.
Kind of looks
Yeah,
like
it's
that
like
airplane that was in Jurassic Park 3. The one that it was on the rumor, kind of like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't
There was the big dinosaur
I've
on the runway,
seen
and they're trying to
Jurassic-
take off without hitting it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it, but probably. It's a twin piston. You know, it's similar enough. I don't know if it still is, but it used to be the fastest naturally aspirated twin engine airplane. Alright, I'll be back in a minute.
Alright, we're going to be out of here in 2 minutes, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take this runway.
Can you guys hear me at all? I seem to have lost voice communication.
Yeah, I hear you. I just don't hear Lazerbolt.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Thanks for saying that. My mic was off. Yeah,
Okay.
gotcha.
I figured something like that when you took off without saying so.
Oh, I didn't say a word, did I? I turned my microphone off when I went to go make a drink, and I forgot to turn it back on. Here we go. Right on. I said 6,000 feet, 160 knots. And something about rolling.
We're all paying attention. At least.
Well, I heard you say we're going to be taking off in 2 minutes, and that was the last thing I heard from you.
It was a test, right? Just to make sure that we're
Only a
still here.
test.
Go check out the marketplace when we get done, because I got a notification when I started up. There are 5 items from my wish list on sale.
Oh, a big sale right now, eh?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Black Friday sale. I guess.
Oh,
they
that's
call it.
right.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'll have to see if it's worth it. If it's like a 2 or 3% discount, it ain't worth it. But if they put 25, 30% off, might get my interest.
Yeah, they took like $5 off of this Aero Star, and can't complain. But I just got it not too long ago.
Yeah, like I said, this place is known for all just, they've got dozens of little tiny islands out in the middle of their harbor. And you can see them here.
They're harboring islands.
Yes, they are. Lots of them. And it's like mostly you see the big ones, but if you look, Kirby, you see just tons and tons of little tiny ones too.
Maybe some good spots to do some camping at.
Maybe take a kayak out there and set up a tent.
Yep. That's kind of funny, actually. I think all of us here don't mind a little bit of camping, right?
No, not at all.
I
can't
get
remember.
enough of it.
I remember you went Longhorn, but am I mistaken? You too, Wingnut, a little while ago?
No, I just went to West Virginia to visit family. I haven't been camping for a while, but I do enjoy it. Yeah.
That's good enough. I haven't gone for a while too.
Yep, it's a good time if you like to relax and do nothing. Honestly, a lot of people don't like to relax and do nothing. It drives them crazy.
Well, I like to do
I've
it.
never had that problem.
I'm retired now, and I like to relax and do nothing. Of course, my better half gets on to me for that, but
Yep, now that you got time to do this big list of stuff.
yeah, I just finished the second room, putting down some laminate flooring, and I told her it's probably going to take a while to this body to heal now. I don't want to be doing anything.
Yeah, there's a balance in everything. And I'm sure you worked enough in your past years, you don't want to be breaking down your body continuing.
No, sir. I probably saved a lot of money doing it myself, but man, I'll tell you what, I'm getting too old for that stuff.
Yeah, that's why people pay to have stuff like that done. It's not like it's rocket science, you know. It's not like it's hard to do, but yeah, that's why people pay people to paint their house and stuff like that, because it's just a huge pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, being on your knees all day. Nah, I mean that hurt.
Yes.
For being young, like a day of it's okay, but doing it continuously, hell no, like that's not a job for me.
No, I couldn't do it for a living.
Love doing that kind of stuff at home on my own stuff, but that's as far as that goes. Just once is enough. Like on my Ford Explorer Sport, quite a while ago I rebuilt my rear differential, and it was a great experience, and I guess I might do it again, but no, once is kind of enough. Like
Right.
if I have the money to have somebody else do it the right way, then
It just ain't fun, for sure. Do you still have, you were working on a little Volkswagen for a while, weren't you? You still got that? Because I always thought that'd be great. That's the perfect car to work on. I thought you had a Volkswagen that you were tinkering with.
the only time I would be if it was my girlfriend's car up in Austria, but other than that, no.
Huh.
Yeah, she has a Golf.
What year is your Explorer?
2001.
Nice.
Had a
Same year as my car.
97.
Yeah, mine's the sport two-door body style where they kind of changed things up for some of the Explorers for like 4 years or something.
Well, it's nice that it's old enough you can still work on it. You know what I mean? Anything newer than that gets kind of tricky to work on. Anything from the last 10 years, forget about working on anything. I mean, you can't even change the light bulb on that thing.
Yeah, I haven't worked on anything that fresh yet, so I don't know, but I can imagine it's not getting any better.
Yeah, that's why I like my old Camaro. The 2001, just like yours. But it's perfect. Like I said, they made a shitload of Camaros back in that time, so there's parts everywhere. It's real easy to find parts. And it's just a regular old engine. Just a regular old car. It's easy to work on. You can change anything on it, you know?
Yeah, really, in like our era, plus or minus 5 to 10 years, is most of the stuff that goes bad is all the EPA regulated stuff that's attached onto it, all the extras.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, because some of those things, you know,
Are
pop
kind of
up
designed to go bad.
well, yeah. They pop up in the OBD2, so like for example, you wouldn't know if you're getting bad ignition, like misfires or pre-ignition or whatever. Sometimes, I mean, if you can hear it and feel it, yes, but those, you know, sensors that they put on there for the emissions is kind of a nice, hey, there might be something wrong with my spark plug, I should check this out.
But like the last time I had to fix something on my car, that's exactly what it was, and it kind of ticked me off, where it was the sensor on my oil pump. Not the oil pump, it was the sensor on the oil pump. And since the sensor went out, the oil pump itself stopped working. You know, I went to, to the mechanic and everything, and this is like, oh yeah, it's just the sensor on there. Well, so it's like, okay, to fix the sensor. It's like, well, we got to fix the whole thing. It's like, man, you know, I just said, no, I'm going to go buy the part myself and fix it myself, I guess. But that's what it was. You know, because I tested the pump, and the pump was working. You know what I mean?
Okay,
but
yeah.
no, the sensor on the pump, basically just the sensor that says it's going bad, the sensor went bad. It's like, well, that's great. My pump is great. My pump is just fine. But the sensor that tells me it's bad went bad. So it's like, man, they'll figure out a million ways to get your money, won't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
you bet.
Yeah, a lot of auto manufacturers, including Tesla for a while, they've laid back, thankfully, really wanted to keep things in-house, including even farm equipment like John Deere. Repairs in-house because, I mean, honestly, when you think about it, it is lucrative, it does make money, and it adds to the profit margins, so.
Oh, absolutely. And that's all they're about nowadays. Companies, they're not about making things user-friendly and helpful and good for us. It's all about making more money for them, period. No other decision gets made. It's all about making more money. That's the only thing they ever decide. And that's every company everywhere, all the time, constantly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's nobody special. Like, they all kind of started heading more and more that way the last little while.
It's like every single corporate nutbag, every single corporate office worker got sent to the same college where they taught them all the same tricks. Here's how you make money. Here's how you fleece everybody to the ultimate maximum. Here's how you can fleece everybody and get away with it to the maximum potential of making money. Has nothing to do with anything except making money. And they all do the same shit. They all do the same tricks. Every one of them.
Not to get
Trap.
like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, go check out the media share.
Sure. Not to get like too sentimental, or not sentimental, but whatever, like whatever. I think it is kind of impacting our humanity in a way. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's nice looking. I like that. It looks like you kept the body in good shape.
Well, that was. It looked like that when I traded in for my Ram, but those were taken. It was only probably 4 or 5 years old at the time. But that was our off-road club, our Explorer club, that I used to belong to when I was in Arizona.
Oh, look at that. Getting wheels off the ground and everything up there. Cool. Yeah, we don't see too many cactuses up here where I live.
Don't see any around here either. Always see here are pine trees and oak trees. And what else do we get? We get the manzanita. Those are the 3 main ones we got around here.
Yeah, it kind of looks a lot like my my Sport, except the it probably mostly is, but the grill is definitely a noticeable difference.
Oh yeah, they had that. Yeah, they changed the grill to that rectangular, like 2 rectangular openings on it.
Yeah, I like it a little better, personally, but to me, like, it's not that in the world. Doesn't really make a big difference. Yeah, it's super cool. You got to have some fun there and do that.
Almost wish I would have just hung on to it when I bought my truck, but it's like I really don't need 2 vehicles, so I just traded it in on my truck, and they were offering an extra $1,000 trade-in value for trading it in. I still didn't get nearly out of it what I think it was worth, and the thing was in great shape. I should have just kept it for another couple years, and my daughter could have had it because she was 15, I think, at the time.
Yeah, you can keep those things on the road forever, man. If you just do your regular maintenance, and then, like I said, they're easy to work on. You keep them on the road forever.
Mine has been super reliable so far. I mean, I have over 210,000 miles on it, just a little bit over.
Yeah, I traded in at about 148,000 miles, and it had, I had nothing. Well, actually, I take it back. I did have to have the transmission rebuilt at 100,000 miles. But other than that, I mean, water pump. I think I had to put a water pump on it. Other than that, it just piddly little stuff.
Yeah, transmission's a little bit of a doozy.
You see this road down here going into a tunnel? That's cool looking.
Yeah.
I had had it re-geared for put 456 gears on it when I put the 33-inch tires on it.
Oh, nice.
So, and then put a Detroit locker in the rear.
Yeah, so since I was doing the work myself, it was hard to find somebody that would press in one of the bearings that was giving me a little bit of a hard time. And one day I was on the new kind of rebuild kit and stuff, and I was like, fuck it. I took my floor jack and pressed it in myself with using the frame of the vehicle and the floor jack.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Yeah. Take some
Is it a wheel bearing or?
I think it was one of the races. I can't remember anymore. It wasn't a wheel bearing. It was in the. It was more part of the differential assembly.
Oh. Yeah, that was kind of an odd situation putting the 456s in it, because the pinion gear has to have a notch in it to fit, and the off-road shop that I had them redo my gears, they didn't realize that at the time. It's like, well, how the hell are you supposed to put the pin in here? Because if you couldn't get the pin in, it's like they sell a specialized pin that has like this notch cut out so it'll fit.
Yeah.
It worked out. I mean, I had to. I mean, I originally had the stock tires on it. The ones that were about 30, and they worked out to be like 30.5 inches. And then the next set of tires I put on were 32-inch, and I still kept the 410s. And it was okay. But once I put the 33s on it, I was towing my pop-up by then, my travel tent trailer. And it's like it was just and that's probably why the transmission went out. So I've ended up putting re-gear into 456s, so I put it back in the stock gear ratio again.
Yeah, I did have one mild transmission problem as well, and I guess it was kind of a known issue from so many people having the same issues as a gasket, like a paper gasket in there on one of the layers, the bottom layers. I don't know what you call them, but where all the like little valves and everything and stuff are kind of in there, check valves and stuff. And anyways, one of the gaskets tore and it ripped open, letting fluid get in where it's not supposed to. Well, just like in a place where it's not supposed to be at the time or whatever. And gosh, I forget what the symptoms were, but anyways, yeah, I looked it up and stuff, and it wasn't a huge deal, to be honest. Like, it was a little bit nerve-wracking because I haven't really done transmission work like that before, but it didn't seem like it was too difficult. Risked it, and you know, it's either me try it for, I don't know, 20 bucks or bring it to a shop and have them charge me $1,000 to put on a damn gasket.
Yep.
So I tried it, it worked fine. I did accidentally bend up my dipstick, but it still works. Because, you know, I just broke the end piece off that wasn't really needed anyways, and because I kind of like smushed it a little bit, and but yeah, it goes in the proper distance and reads accurately, so it don't really matter if the little bit of the end's missing.
So I take as the end that goes into the transmission that's missing. Not
yeah, the bottom end.
Oh.
Because you know, from the top, you know, you push it all the way in, and where it stops is where it stops.
Yeah, it's gonna as long as you didn't break it off above the line that you measure with.
Yeah, so it kind of like folded together. I accidentally smushed it in somewhere because I had it in when I put everything back together, and
you crimped it right up. Huh?
Yeah. You know, just a simple kind of mistake.
Does it still fit in the hole?
Oh, nothing really got messed up with it. It just, like, it kind of, I guess, like, hooks on the bottom almost. Like, there's a little bit, or there used to be, like, a little bit of a hook on the bottom, kind of. And then that kind of smushed, the hook part smushed together, or, like, and then when I pulled it out, or took it apart and pulled it back out, it was like somebody took some pliers and just squished it. So what I did was I bent it back, and it was like, well, that's not going to stay on, and I just bent it back and forth a couple times and took it off, and it's been fine for over 100, well, probably like 100,000 miles.
Well, you don't want it to snap off when it's in the engine.
No.
Yeah.
No. But, yeah, made a mistake there, but not a big one. Didn't need to replace anything, and could have been a bigger one, but it was fine.
Remember, we're coming in on runway 28. ILS runway 28. It's pretty straight in, so it should be an easy one. We're currently 46 miles out.
Yeah, I only got stranded twice, semi-stranded. I put a cheap Chinese fuel pump in replacement, and that bit me in the butt. And then also my alternator went out on the way home from a friend's place that was like 45 minutes away. Actually, I think it went out. Sorry, it went out just before I got there. And on the way home, I noticed that it was, you know, like the battery or the alternator or something wasn't right, and I just noticed something like right when I was pulling in that, that's not sure what's going on there, but yeah, I almost made it home, like literally 5 to 10 minutes walking distance from being
At
home.
least you could walk.
Yeah, that was definitely more convenient than being on like the interstate or something like that.
I had a super chips in mine, and it had a really bad habit of just randomly dying on me when I go to take off.
It was a computer
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, it was a super chip. Basically, there's a plug-in that you plug in the back of the factory computer that modified a bunch of parameters in it, and ended up contacting the super chip eventually, and they ended up sending me another one reprogrammed, and then on never had any problems. But it always seemed to be like the telltale sign was like if you were at a red light or had a left turn arrow or a left light and you were trying to turn left and you were trying to gas it to get out there before the traffic got there, it would just die on you in the intersection while you're halfway
Perfect
through
time.
the intersection.
That's
Yeah.
exactly when you don't want it to die.
Probably 3 or 4 times, and it's like, okay, now this has to be fixed. But I loved it. Anytime we took road trips, I always took that because the thing could turn on a dime, and I had 6 inches of lift on it. So, I mean, I had great visibility and things. I think it could turn on a dime. So it's like, that was a perfect vehicle for taking for road trips, because any place I wasn't familiar with, it's like I could get around in that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of fun, you know, taking my SUV up into Canada and stuff and whatnot. Like, you don't really have to worry about going on these, you know, dirt, rocky roads and these things.
Let me know the next time you're going. You can bring me back a drone.
Not anytime
You
soon.
won't get caught.
I don't mind trying to bring it back, but
No, it's just what it probably will be. Even if you had one, you wouldn't be able to use it in the States because the software wouldn't work.
yeah, it's quite possible.
36 miles out. Remember, we're on a ILS approach. Pretty much straight in.
I was gonna say, hey, how'd this get here?
What?
You're not supposed to have this here. We're
Oh,
just
the
not
drone?
gonna let you use it. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that the software itself wouldn't be functional.
Yeah, probably not. It's too bad,
Yep.
but maybe it'll get fixed in the near future or something will work out.
It's been a while since I've been excited about drones. You know, I mean, I barely fly mine anymore, and there's nothing wrong with it. It works fine. I love my drone. I just don't use it too awful much. But I saw that video on that new drone, and I was like, oh my God, give me one of those right now.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yep, and it was one of those where in the entire review he never mentioned the price, so I had it in my mind that it was going to be super expensive. You know, it's a brand new drone that does way more than mine does. It's cheaper than what I paid for mine. Of course, I bought mine 5 years ago when they were a lot newer, so things were more expensive. But man, this new one just looks amazing, and it's only $350. I was blown away by the price. I wanted one immediately. And now since I can't get it, I
Hey.
want it even more.
Have you seen the new Steam stuff that they announced? I think
I did.
last week.
Yeah, I did. I've heard some good stuff about it too. Some people are pretty excited about it all.
I think their timing on this is probably pretty good. I know it's not going to be out for a while, but a little while. But yeah, there's been a lot of people that have been moving away from consoles and going into computers, and their new Steam box thing is a full-fledged computer, and it can run both Windows or their Steam operating system that they're going to be finally doing a little bit more support for.
That's another
At
one
least
where
for
they
their
haven't
hardware.
released any prices yet. I'd be very interested in what they're going to be charging for that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing their VR headset's going to be at least 1,000. Although it looks like it's really good.
Think
Every
so?
every review I've seen says it's really good. And granted, that ain't that much, but I'm used to my Quest where it cost me 300. Bang for the buck, and that's a fantastic bang for the buck. But yeah, it ain't going to be a cheap one there, but it's going to be good.
Okay. I haven't looked into the VR headset, but I have looked at the computer that they're going to be putting out a little bit, and I think that's probably going to be around 800 to 1,000.
Yeah,
more
it's a
likely
handy,
1,000.
like, nice cube almost, a nice little box it comes in. I seen some dude take it apart, and it's like just absolutely jam-packed inside. There is not a millimeter that's not being used.
Yeah, they engineered it pretty well, and I guess the thermals are supposed to be really good too.
Yeah, I also see too that like a lot of the expansion stuff happens on the outside. Like if you want to add RAM or memory, you use the expansion ports, and that keeps everything cooler too, and more compact.
Yeah.
Does that hook up to a TV or?
Probably both.
Yeah, it's like a
And
computer.
HDMI. Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably has HDMI and display ports, I'm guessing.
I'm pretty sure it does. I know it has HDMI 2.1, and I think it has DisplayPort as well. I just don't have it in front of me.
Because if that thing could pull in all my Steam games, because I've got hundreds of Steam games, that'd be kind of cool to have out in the living room.
Oh, I'm sure it does that very well.
Yeah.
What is this you guys are talking about? A new computer system?
Yeah, it's basically like almost like if you did the best world of a brand new like computer put into a small box, and Steam that does all these games and stuff, they or that has a game store and stuff, they're basically gonna support that you can run Windows on it, but then they're also gonna have their own operating system to run games on it through Steam, essentially.
Yeah, it looks pretty good too. Like it looks like a good product.
And their goal was to run most games, or pretty much all games, at like medium to high settings at 4K resolution, 60 frames. But it's going to definitely be more than a traditional console, because you can run it as a normal computer. There's nothing stopping people from buying that and not purchasing any games from them. So
Is it going to come like with Windows installed?
I don't know if they're going to have it where Windows is installed natively. I don't think anything's been released.
But you
on
could
that
probably
yet.
install Windows easily enough, I'm gathering.
Yeah, they said that you can, that you'll be able to install Windows on it.
Alrighty, well I know I'm underneath the glide slope. I don't think I've locked onto the localizer yet. And I feel like I should have.
It might be just one of those things where it's just like the easy answer. Oh, you want to get into PC gaming or whatever? Just buy this. It's got tons of support.
Mm-hmm. And
You know,
there's a lot of people that are looking to get a PC nowadays, you know.
Yeah, you can run it as a PC. You don't have to buy another computer for it. You know, and you know, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people potentially if it gets that many sales, but you know, having the same thing. So it's not going to be like everybody's computer is different. And they'll probably have more developer support since, well, we got everybody that has the exact same hardware here, so we're going to do these bug fixes first and see if it fixes it for everybody.
It is kind of nice that everything be standardized. That makes it so much easier to, you know, that's why usually a console launch usually goes way smoother than a PC launch, just because everybody's got a different PC, man.
Yep.
14 miles out. Yeah, for some reason I am not locking onto that localizer at all. This big old factory right here at the water's edge. Got their enormous tanks of something going on right there.
Maybe it's like a oil supply or something.
Yeah. Yeah, a refinery or something.
I'm guessing these are all rice fields out here. Long, rectangular, tan-colored fields.
Yeah, probably, I'm guessing. They look a lot like those ones did back in that last area, where it had rice fields right in the name of the place.
This freeway there, or whatever it is, that's going through these fields everywhere, past the canal. The road like dips down into the canal. They need to figure out a way around that. That makes for a very unsmooth road.
Probably get wet too, go through the rice paddies. Well, I don't quite see Mount Fuji yet. We are going to be really close to Tokyo right now. Next week for sure, maybe our first stop, we're going to be in Tokyo already. We're going to spend some time there and check it all out. It's pretty cool.
I don't even know what direction Mount Fuji is from where we're at.
Oh, it's to the east, southeast.
The 2.8 laser? I can't recall.
Yes, 2.8. All of a sudden now, my airplane locks onto the localizer. Now that I'm way above the glide slope, way above it, it locks on.
Yeah, same
Awesome.
thing happened to me. It locked on, but I'm way above.
I was underneath it for miles and miles and miles, and not anymore.
Yep. got the same issue there.
Well, coming in by hand.
They like their racetracks.
They do. There's lots of them around here, aren't there? This is another one. Looks like a whole complex where they've got numerous tracks all in one place.
Is it an ILS or is it just a localizer approach?
It's ILS.
Yeah, mine had a glide slope and everything. It just didn't lock on.
Damn.
Well, you got to look at your chart. The chart said to be at 2,000 feet at, I don't know what the name of that.
Hey, I was under the glide slope. That's all I need to know. I was under it. It didn't lock on once it fell. I watched it on my instruments the whole way dropping down, and it did nothing. And like I said, once it was way below me, then it locked onto the frickin' localizer and turned my airplane. So it's like, it's probably my fault somehow, but I don't know. That just seemed weird. I suppose I'm gonna need some gear, some gear and some flaps. I'm coming in high and hot right now. One thing I like about this airplane too is when you're doing crazy shit like I'm doing right now, it doesn't complain about it. It just lets you do it. A lot of other aircraft, especially modern aircraft right now, it'd be bitching at me for all kinds of stuff.
Wow, that's like, it was like oh, it's just an island. At first it looked like a ship.
A ship-shaped island?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was in the shadows and stuff, so it was hard to tell. So it looked like a battleship.
Right.
But then I started seeing trees, like, oh, there must be some trees on that battleship.
There's some trees on that battleship. I suppose if it's a derelict, why not? I want to see if you get any more of those crazy buses going on. That was really cool last time. That bus that had a bunch of people in it.
Yeah, I never seen that before, and I even went back to that airport and just sat there for like a couple hours, and hoping to see another plane land and see that happen. Cause like I have never seen that on Flight Simulator before. That was like the coolest thing.
It was very cool. Just the pictures you showed were great.
Yeah, it's something you would have seen in like career mode where they have the bus that comes out and puts. That's exactly what it looked like. But it's like I'm not in career mode. I'm in free flight.
God, I wonder if it was just a simple glitch of some kind. You know what I mean? Just it's not supposed to happen, but it was cool.
Well, I wish it would glitch more often like that because actually getting to see people walking from the bus to the airplane. I mean, they didn't go up the ladder thing to the airplane. They just kind of like as they got near the plane, they disappeared. But there was like a long stream of people just coming out of the bus.
That's cool. Yeah, and it's neat that it was going to a different airplane. It wasn't even yours. It was just going to a random ass airplane. I got a really nice bird behind me right now. I don't really know what this is, but it's huge. Big old high wing twin prop ATR or something like that.
That was right.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
My whole dash shakes as my prop comes to a stop.
Nice touch.
Yeah, some planes I'm actually happy they did a really good job with. Like, I've never been in a propeller airplane where the plane isn't, you know, sitting there idling and not kind of shaking around just a little bit. You know, from just the engines or sometimes just some wind, whatever, you know.
Yeah, a lot of these aircraft, they like to rattle.
Yeah, thanks for the flight laser.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, buddy. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you were able to hang. Glad you were able to hang with us for a minute.
Yeah, I'll be back next time after the New Year sometime. Maybe in late January or maybe even February.
Getting a very bizarre error message I've never had before. It says Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, your graphics device has encountered a problem with the application and will exit. Error code, blah blah blah, device hung up, yada yada yada. Yeah, never seen that before.
Oh boy.
Huh.
What is this?
That's brand new.
Wonder if that's
Citations sovereign.
Wonder if that's related to the other issues we've been having lately.
Yeah, beats me. It's weird. It happened as soon as I fired up my controller. I was going to bring out my controller and walk around. As soon as I fired up my controller, it gave me that message. Weird.
Yeah, hopefully some of these bugs go away on the next update.
Right. I've never had anything like this before, and all of a sudden now it starts acting weird. Just in the last couple weeks, though, there wasn't no update or anything. It's weird.
Any driver updates?
Oh, I'm sure there was some of that. I didn't update my graphics card lately, though. Nothing like that.
Ah, okay. Then that's my biggest concern.
Well, this would be a good time to go ahead and shut down the stream. There's nothing to see here anyway, folks. Move along. So we will be taking off out of here next week, and we're going to fly these same Diamond aircraft. We're going to go to Tokyo. Tokyo is quite the place. It's going to be a lot of fun exploring. There's lots of tall buildings. It's a huge-ass place, and we're going to check it all out really good. Anyway, had a great time tonight, guys, and we'll see you next Friday. Take care.